Y'all know I'm fascinated with all things made from a bought quilt. So let's go make a travel clothes hanging bag. But first, always remember to share this so it will save to your profile and you can find it when you're looking for it again later. I started with a bought quilt that I cut up, and this is the final piece of our little lady's luggage. We've made a ruffle bag, we've made a duffel bag, and now we're gonna make a hanging bag. I made one for one little lady, and now we're making the second one. The first thing we're gonna do is take two pieces, 12 inches wide by 40 inches long. Okay, I have a zipper, and it's actually a robe zipper, and it's 48 inches long, I think. But y'all know when I'm doing a project, I want my zipper to be longer than my project. So I'm gonna take my first 12 by 40 inch piece, and it's just a rectangle, it doesn't have any shade, and I'm gonna lay my zipper on top of it. I took my other presser foot off, and this is my zipper foot. It looks just like this. It's probably in this box right here that slides off of your machine. That's where all your handy dandy secret tools go, or snacks. Both are equally important, so no judgment. I'm going to put the zipper foot on my sewing machine by putting it down here and lowering my presser foot, and then it's just gonna automatically click. So I have my zipper foot on there. I'm gonna raise it up, and then I'm gonna take my zipper. And we know I like for my zipper to be longer than my project, so I can cut it off. If you wanna make zipper tabs or any of the things, I want you to do it. If you wanna use zipper tape, I want you to do it. This is just the way that I do it because it seems to be the easiest for me. So I'm gonna line my zipper up with the edge of my fabric, making sure that the pretty side of my zipper, where the pull is face down. Now this zipper has a pull on both sides, so it doesn't matter, but if you have one that only has a pull on one side, make sure that your zipper pull is face down on top of your piece of fabric. Now I am adding this zipper to one long side of this 12 inch by 40 inch piece of quilt that I cut up. All right, so I put it underneath here. I'm gonna stitch and back stitch, and I'm gonna straight stitch all the way down this side. Okay, so we've sewn it on. Now I'm gonna fold it back like this. Do you see how I folded that back? And I'm going to top stitch right down the side. And the top stitch is just gonna keep my zipper from, or the inside of my bag from catching in my zipper. So I'm folding it back that way and top stitching all the way down. Okay, so we've stitched it and we've top stitched it. Now it's time to add the other side of the front of our hanging bag. So we're gonna take our other 12 inch by 40 inch piece and lay it pretty side down. So we have pretty side to pretty side. We're gonna line it up, and we're gonna sew it all the way down this side. Now we're gonna fold it open and top stitch just like we did the other side. And you have officially just put in a zipper. Easy peasy. I told you it wasn't hard. Intimidating, yes, but definitely not difficult. Okay, we finished the front. We have our zipper in, but the top of our hanging bag has two pieces. The other sides only have one, but the top has two pieces. And it has two pieces because you unzip the bag, but your hangers have to have somewhere to come out of. So I have two pieces that are 5 inches wide by 12 inches long. The first piece is gonna lay just like this, and the second piece is gonna lay just like this. Pretty side down, but I cut mine so that the binding edge was what would be on one end, because the hangers coming in and out, if we left it raw, would probably not bode so well for us. So, but before we sew those on, we're gonna unzip our hanging bag so that after we sew it, because if we sewed it without unzipping it, we wouldn't be able to get our zipper back in there. Now, we're gonna sew straight across here. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitching when you start and when you stop, because my grandma said so. Now, after we've sewn the top of it, we can take our scissors and snip off the rest of our zipper. Easy. Okay, that's the top of our hanging bag. Now, let's do the bottom of our hanging bag. The bottom piece for our hanging bag is 5 inches wide by 23 inches long. We're gonna do the same thing, pretty side to pretty side, straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam. We're gonna sew it on just like we did the top. All right, so now we're gonna sew the sides on. They are 5 inches wide by 40 inches long. You're gonna lay it pretty side to pretty side, and you're just gonna sew all the way down on both sides. And then we're gonna come back and add our back piece and connect our corners. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay my side piece, pretty side to pretty side, on my top piece. I'm gonna sew that. When I get to the corner, I'm gonna turn that. I'm gonna come all the way down and sew it up the bottom. So we're just touching it one time. When I did the first bag, I used one long continuous piece, went down the side, across the bottom, and back up the other side. But then when I was going to film it, I thought if I did individual pieces, it would be easier to understand. And you can put it together either way. You do what makes sense for you. We've sewn the front, the sides. Now it's time to do the back. We're just going to lay it pretty side by pretty side, pretty side, pretty side to pretty side. We're going to start in one corner, and we're going to sew it all the way around, and after we get done, we're going to turn it right side out and see what we've got. If you have trouble with your fabric meeting your corners, then that's easy. Just start in the center of your seam and sew down to one corner, and then go back to the center and sew down to the other one. Do that for each seam. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now you have made this precious luggage bag where your hanger comes out here, your clothes hang up, or you've made your little people some luggage like I have. Oh my goodness, it's so perfect. Now, I need to take them somewhere so we can use it. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.